Right, it's Jeff again. Right, this time round, this is a washing machine of mine. It's a Beko 8 kilogram blah blah 1200 revs. It does everything about singing and dancing. Right, these are just the sticky labels that went, because I'm a bachelor, I live on my own and I can't be odd to do. This has been around for about, I bought it about 20 years ago. Now, as you can see, I'm going to make sure you can't see, there's no real rust or anything on this. Everything looks pretty much newish, right? Now this here is just one little thing about it. It's got a drain on it, but it's always a good idea to put something in there to evaporate the water or dry it, because otherwise it gets a bit smelly. Now this drum, it's got water in it, right? Which is part of the reason why I'm doing this video. Now everything else about this is a good machine, right? Unfortunately, good catch, it's got about a 2-minute lock. So when it turns off, you can't open the door. Obviously, when you're washing, it won't open. There's stacks of settings. The actual instruction book on this was about that thick. I mean, and I never used nothing except Express 39-minute wash. Because, right, now this again, it's a little bit dirty inside because I haven't prettied this up for the video. This is the real world, right? And also, you can tell by the way I keep making mistakes speaking, that what you get on my videos, you don't get AI. It really pisses me. You know, when you watch or you listen to something and a guy's got a hammer in his hand and he's saying, and then you pick up the drill, use it, and you think, no, that's not a drill, mate, it's a hammer. But, right, so please forgive me for the dictatorial errors. Right, now the point is, I bought this about 20 years ago and I work in building. So everything that's gone in this machine, right, it's got 2 entrances on the back so you can put hot and cold water. A lot of Spanish units don't have 2, they only have a cold feed, right? So the bottom line, as I said, 20 years old, I work on a building, so everything that went in, well, nearly everything that went in here had come off a building site. So all those stuff wasn't particularly, with my job, wasn't particularly, like, for instance, oily or greasy or that. What it was sandy or stony, and it was often times when I put something in the drum, and halfway through the water I thought, hang on, what's that? Something going clank, 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 because something was in my pocket. Now 20 years this has been used, and in all honesty, it is in almost perfect condition, and I'm absolutely gutted because it won't work. That's why here, I think you can see inside, because I've taken off the inside, the circuit boards, right? Because unfortunately nowadays everything has got electronics in it, and when something goes wrong, let's be realistic, 20 years I've used this for, so I'm certainly not complaining. But unfortunately, to fix it, I mean, I can fix it easy enough. It's one of the things I used to do years ago, fix washing machines. I used to do all that kind of, in Spanish we call it chapuza. What era, and that actually translates to sort of bodger, but in English we'd say handyman. And this is what I used to do. I'd fix washing machines and everything, but as the years have gone by, it becomes more and more difficult to do the job. This, years ago, I'd buy that bit because it wouldn't work, click, 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 and it cost me 30 euros, you know what I mean? I'd put it in, I'd charge people another 20, 30, 60 euros, job done. Nowadays, this bit is actually fitted to a circuit board. The 2 circuit boards, one of which is not working, and of course the problem is because they're electronic, because I don't know which one is not working. They on the internet, you can buy the circuit boards to fix this. Now this is for 150 euros. This cost me about 380 when I bought it, 375, 380. That was 20 years ago. And you know, it was a decent machine. It spins when it goes up 1200 revs a minute. You take stuff out of it, like there's certain materials that come out and you could almost wear them straight out of the machine. Things that don't soak, big heavy towels, hard luck you better dry them out. But sometimes t-shirts and things, and synthetic materials, you could wear out there straight out. So Great machine, good machine, but unfortunately €150 for the bits. Now I can fix them, or fit them in, but that would mean for an ordinary, a normal person who bought stuff off the net, then they'd have to get somebody to install it, unless they knew how to do it themselves. But on the instructions to install the new bits, it says, should the reason the old bits blew, something went on one of them. It cost me more than the value of the pieces to take it to a technico and get him to, check every connection resistor. And of course nowadays they've got integrated circuits stuck on them, right? Some have got microprocessors. That's not something you're going to diagnose with your multimeter and one of them screwdrivers that's got a little light in them, a little beep, beep, beep screwdriver, or for that matter, your multimeter. It's not going to happen. So the end result was, it said, if you put the new bits in, and the reason the old bits blew was because of another problem, because of course there's more stuff in here. There's valves, there's overflow valves, there's capacitors in the back, there's the level indicator unit on here, there's a stack, there's the on-off switch, which is separate to the circuit board piece. But the end result is that to fix this was such a pain, and there's no guarantee that it'd even work when it was fixed. So really, I've got somewhere to put things. This picture of me. I've got somewhere to put stuff. I'm in the middle of Spain. The temperature at the moment outside is it's 40 degrees out, and it's 32.5 degrees here where I am, which is why if you get a reflection in the mirror, I'm not wearing a lot of clothes, right? But right, so the end result was opinion. Good machine. I mean, I got 20 years out of it without any slightest hint of a problem. The only thing I did to this for the last 20 years is every now and then I pulled off this bit here, which just pops off. I took out the filter and I cleaned out the bits of fluff and stuff that I needed to put the thing back in, the filter back in, pop that on, and as you see when it popped off, then it is quite easy to just, some of them are, you see that, some of these things to get off and on are a real pain. You can get them off, but you can't get them on again. You just do this. Now that's on, done, and dusted, as they say. So opinion, if I was going to buy another machine and I had the money to spend, I'd buy something like this because it's a good machine. Unfortunately, like I said, it's going to go eventually, because I happen to live in a house with a spiral staircase, which I installed after I put a washing machine in, and the spiral staircase is not really big enough to get a washing machine down. So what I'm going to have to do is get a mate to come along. He's going to have to come along with a forklift, and we can get it up and out the window because I've got a big enough window. And the alternative is to take it to bits and drop it out bit by bit on a, like lower bits down on a rope. It's a bit of a tragedy because it's beautiful. If you look inside it, I'm not going to bother now, it's like new. But it don't work. I mean, I've actually got it. We've all seen machines that you look at and they look like they've been kicked down a flight of stairs. So it doesn't, I've tried to fix things that, they've been beaten up. People have put in 50 kilos of bedding and then wonder why the machine's, not doing too well. But the bottom line is with this, it's sad that I'm going to have to chuck it because it's such a nice machine. And it's very easy. All I did is I stuck the gear in it, bit of liquid, stuffed everything in, shut the door and hit the go button. That's all I did. You know what I mean? And for a bachelor, that's not bad because we don't want all the sort of, oh Jesus, you need to go to washing machine school to learn how to use them. Although, when I looked at the instruction manuals on this, it does, it's got all of these weird little, can't see nothing here, can we? Yeah, it's got all these weird little things about, pictures of plus and expresses and, well, for me, that's not something I'm bothered about, you know what I mean? Oh, you got a 3-second reset, so if you shut the door and you forget to put something in and the lock goes on, if you press that for 3 seconds, it'll set it back to beginning, sort of thing. Right then, well, thank you very mucho fandango, as we say here in sunny Spain when we're taking the mickey. This is a Beko, like I said, a Beko 8K. I don't know anything about it. It doesn't seem to have any more numbers on it, right? But there you go. You can find them on the net. So please subscribe if you haven't, and give us a like and all that, because these are new. I'm new at this. I haven't been doing it for long, and it's a good buzz, to be quite honest. Do you know what I mean? But it's a better buzz when you look and somebody subscribed or people have given you a like. That's a good buzz. So anyway, I'll see you on the next one. All right. Cheers then.